Well, we all know not to drink and drive, but the reality is that it still can happen. So if you know someone who has been charged with a DUI, we're going to help you out through the process of hiring an attorney. With an attorney, Benjamin Taylor. He joins us this morning. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
Good. Welcome to Sonoran Living.
Well, thanks for having me on.
So this is a really serious subject, and I was sort of fascinated by some of the answers that we were going over there in the green room. But what is the main purpose to have a criminal defense attorney?
One of the main purposes is to have a criminal defense attorney. You want somebody to defend your rights, your constitutional rights. So if you ever get pulled over for a DUI or get charged with any sort of offense, you want a defense attorney to look over your case, analyze your case, and help you through the process of knowing, going from the judge, talking to the prosecutor, and just help you through the process, because if you ever get charged with a DUI or any offense, it's a scary process.
Right. I can only imagine. We've seen a lot of videos and crime shows and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so do's and don'ts. Okay. It can happen. It can happen to stay-at-home moms. I mean, it can happen to everybody. If they're grandmas, I mean, everybody. What do you think should be the things that you do and you don't do when you get pulled over? Yeah, Let's start with, woo-woo, you're getting pulled over right now.
Yes, if you ever get pulled over by an officer, of course, be polite to the officer.
Definitely.
Yes, give him your license, your registration, be polite. But they ask you to step up the car and do what you call field sobriety tests. Field sobriety tests are during a DUI investigation. They might have you stand on one leg.
We've all seen that.
Yes, they might have you, touch your finger to your nose. They might have you say the alphabet. Those are tests that you don't have to do under the law.
You don't have to do it.
Yes, because even if you're sober, like right now, if you stand on one leg or try to, walk in heels, you might not even be able to pass the test even sober.
Now, can you be punished for not doing these things?
No, under the law, you can't be punished for not doing the field sobriety test.
Okay.
And those are some things that people don't know about that, yes.
What about the breathalyzer?
And that's a different, a different subject. For the breathalyzer, the officer, if they believe that you've been drinking, they're going to ask you to do a breathalyzer test or a blood test.
So that's something you have to do.
If you can refuse, but if you do refuse under the Arizona law, they will suspend your license.
Okay, I got that. Okay, what is the legal limit in Arizona?
The legal limit in Arizona is 0.08. So 0.08 means your blood alcohol content. To kind of break it down, if you're drinking and your blood alcohol content rises above a 0.08, you are considered legally impaired in the state of Arizona.
But we're not just talking alcohol, because if you get pulled over and you're just impaired, that could be from other things as well, right? Correct.
I mean, a lot of people think that only, you have to have 2, 3, 4 drinks to be legally drunk or impaired.
Right.
But in Arizona, depending on your tolerance level, my tolerance level could be different from your tolerance level, depending on somebody else's tolerance level.
Right.
So one drink could affect me differently than somebody else.
Right.
So you can be impaired just having one drink.
Well, and weren't we talking earlier about like prescription drugs?
Yeah, correct. In Arizona,
it's not just alcohol that could get you pulled over.
Exactly. And in Arizona, people don't know this, but prescription drugs, you can get a DUI for prescription drugs. So if your doctor prescribes you a drug for pain medication, and if you're driving down the road and you're a little woozy from that pain medication, and the officer pulls you over and sees that you're impaired, they can test your blood and they see prescription drugs. The prosecutor can still prosecute you for prescription drugs.
And they still need you.
Yes, they still need me to defend that case. So
if you get pulled over for being impaired, you're the one to call.
Yes, correct.
Okay, but let me ask you this. What should people be looking for if they do hire an attorney?
The main things you want to look for is somebody who knows the system.
Okay.
I mean, for example, you don't want to hire a tax attorney to do DUI.
I was just going to say, maybe someone that specializes in it might be a good way to go.
Yeah, correct. You don't want, to hire, if you have a bankruptcy, you don't want to hire a tax attorney to do a bankruptcy. You want to have somebody who knows the law, who's been in front of the courtroom, who knows the judges, prosecutors, who knows how to navigate a way to the system. Somebody who's honest, who'll give you the honest, truthful advice. Because your case might be a bad case, or your case might be a good case, but you want somebody who can honestly tell you your case.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. You know, some interesting things that I didn't know about. So if anyone out there, maybe they're in this situation, maybe they know somebody that's been in this situation, just make sure that you keep Benjamin Taylor's information on hand. The Law Office of Benjamin Taylor is located on 20th Street, Suite 100, 4020 in Phoenix, and the number is 602-235-0889, or you can get a hold of them at benjamintaylorlaw.com. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you for having me.